Hello all and welcome to this month's Craft and Chat. I'm just going to be working on this section here of my diamond painting, this little section here. It's all sticky. So I'm gonna be putting all my stuff on my diamond painting here while we chat. So first of all, happy Easter. It is still Easter. I am very happy that it is Easter. It doesn't exactly totally feel like spring where I am yet, but that's just because it's been kind of chilly and kind of rainy and kind of just, apparently they were like forecasting snow today, but it didn't actually snow, so I'm not sure what that was all about. But we're here. We're making it through the day, and that's what matters. So it is also Easter, so we're still living the Easter season. We've got all the Easter lasts a long time. Like, people don't realize that Easter is longer than Lent a lot of times. Easter goes all the way to Pentecost, so we've got quite a few weeks left of Easter. So keep saying Happy Easter. And on top of the Happy Easter, we've also got a new Pope. So Pope Leo the 14th was elected, so congratulations to our new Pope. We need to pray for him. It's not an easy position to be in the church, to be the Pope. I definitely am grateful that that is never something I will need to worry about. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of work, and the Holy Spirit needs to be part of everything that happens, and it's just pray for the Pope. It's a hard job. This is the diamond painting that I started the beginning of this month. I got it because I thought it looked like my cat. I thought it reminded me of Dominic, so I was like, I need this in my life. Dominic sometimes he will lay up here when I'm doing these paintings and he'll just try to be part of it. There is quite a bit of fuzz of his on the canvas, like between the little diamonds that are on, because these are circle diamonds, so there's a little bit of sticky space between them, so there is some sticky Dominic hair in them, but that's okay. It's because we love him and he's super cute, so I'm not going to complain about that. Doesn't try to play with the stuff when I'm working with it, at least, so that's a plus. Life has been lifing. We've made it to mid-May already. I'm kind of amazed how quickly we've gotten to mid-May. It's like, I mean, I'm gonna say this like every time, like it seems like life goes so fast. The days go so fast and we end up where we are in time just because of time moves so darn fast when we're working on things and have things going. So it's just been plugging away at life. I've been doing this diamond painting to give me a brain break, really, so I don't need to focus on anything else. As long as, like, I know that I have, this is the color, it goes on this spot, I just get to focus on putting them down and watching this painting, this image come to life in a different way. This is from Bella Art Diamonds. So this is a painting, it's by Bella Art Diamonds. So Bella Art, Dana Cole is where the website is. So I ordered this one, yeah, just because it was Dominic. It reminded me of my cat, and you can't go wrong when it reminds you of your cat and you're like, it looks cute. I've been having a lot of fun working on him. I've still got a little bit of his paw, the kitty cat's paw to do, and then the books, and then the background pieces. So we'll get through it, and it'll be really pretty when it's done. I've trying to convince my father that he's going to have to make me a frame for it. So I need to get exact dimensions to him and stuff, and hopefully we'll get a frame for it. I don't think the frame will be before like the end of the summer. I can roll this on up and put it somewhere safe till then, but eventually I'd like to hang this up in my room because it's just super cute. It's my cat and it's books, and I love books. Speaking of books though, I haven't been reading a whole lot this month. Like, it's been kind of a weird month for reading for me because I've just not really been getting into books very much. I'm currently reading what's it called now? I can't remember the author's name. Now I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. The book is called Midsummer Night's Scream. It's a cozy mystery set in a magical Renaissance fair. So it's A Midsummer's Night's Scream by Nova Nelson. It's the third book in the Magical Renaissance Fair series, and I've enjoyed the first two, so that's why I'm like, I'm gonna read this one, but I just haven't gotten into it, I guess. maybe it's because I haven't been like taking the time to read and focusing on reading. Hopefully I'll finish it up soon. I had plans to read all these great books in May, and we're halfway through May and I've read one book, and this would have been book number 2 when I finish it. So we're just gonna keep on plugging away at books. I am halfway through my reading goal for the year though, because I always set a reading goal of 100 books, and that's 100 books which includes nonfiction and novels, and I usually get there pretty quickly with novels, especially if I'm reading a lot of shorter stories that are like anywhere between 200 and 300 pages. Like, they're not very long books typically that I'm reading for novel stuff. But so I'm at halfway so far for that annual goal. So I have read 50 books already this year, and I'm working on book number 51, I guess, and that is pretty cool for me. I enjoy reading a lot though, so that's something that I do kind of make a priority. Yeah. Have you guys been reading anything good lately? I'm kind of thinking, I have some of the classics I'd like to start to reread, so I'm thinking about potentially rereading Wuthering Heights, or maybe like Sense and Sensibility. I can't decide if I want Jane Austen or a Bronte novel, so I don't know. But I have some sitting on my shelf, and I was thinking that it would be a good thing for me to reread some of these really wonderful classics that are good books that I just haven't read. I haven't read the classics in a while, I feel like. I mean, I don't really want to reread The Count of Monte Cristo because I read the unabridged version when I originally read it, and I just got bored with the unabridged version. So if I read The Count of Monte Cristo again, it'll be the unabridged version, which I do not, or the abridged version, and I do not have the abridged version. I think I actually sold my copy of the unabridged version, so I'm not even sure I have a copy of The Count of Monte Cristo anymore, which is okay. It's a great book, but Victor Hugo writes a lot. I believe that's the author, right? Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me. It's fine. I haven't read it in a while. I read it actually, I think it was end of high school or college. You know, a long time ago it seems like. But that's okay. Yeah, that's like kind of where I am with books. For watching shows and stuff on TV, I've just been watching series when I'm at work to help give me some background noise, because I work nights and it can get very quiet, and when it gets very quiet at night, I get sleepy. So I need something to give me some background noise to make sure that I'm staying awake. So recently I've finished up a few different series, and I started watching, Discovery Plus told me that I might like Outback Opal Hunter, so I started watching these people in the outback in Australia hunting for opals, and it's just kind of like background noise. I really don't know anything about opals. I kind of just listen to it, and then when they say they find something, I look at what pretty things they found. So I know they're not really the normal way to watch things. But again, I'm just typically using it as background noise. I have also been listening to different podcasts and stuff. Which podcasts have I been listening to recently? Like, just a lot of, I haven't even, words today. I have not even really been listening to podcasts now that I think about it. Like, the last podcast I listened to was a couple weeks ago. I had listened to one of the Wildflower Reunion podcasts, which is a podcast by 4 consecrated virgins, and they were talking about friendship, I believe. So it's been I haven't seen or like listened to the newer episodes, so that should probably be on my list to add that podcast in. I've also been trying to, speaking of listening, I've been listening to some of the EWTN Spanish side of things. I'm trying, because I realized I haven't been using the Spanish that I learned in high school. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school and 1 semester in college, and I haven't used a whole lot of my Spanish since then. I understand a whole lot more than I can produce. I enjoy listening to things in Spanish sometimes, and I can read in Spanish, but producing it has been a challenge for me recently, and I just have one of these is not a fully shaped diamond, so I need to put it in, so it'll be a trash. Okay, anyway, I can listen and read in Spanish, but I'm not always able to produce it. So I've been trying to intentionally listen to some EWTN stuff in Spanish to try to, like, and then working on just, you know, trying to get my Spanish back up to where I would like it to be so that it can be useful. But then again, I live in such a rural, remote part of Montana. There are no Spanish speakers here that I know of. So, or at least there might be one or two, but they're not people that are like, I think there's like one or two, but I'm not sure. I'm so rural, like I said, that like if there are a few people, like I think there might have been, because there is a family that runs a taco truck nearish to where I live, but I don't know them, if that makes sense. So I'm like trying to just like find a way to not lose my Spanish, because like I did study it for a couple years, and it's important, I think, to be able to keep those languages that we learn so that way we don't forget them. So that's where that is. I have been reading some more in Latin too, trying to make sure that I keep my Latin up. But Latin I'm not so worried about being conversational in, because it's not necessarily a language that, I didn't study Latin to become conversational in Latin. I studied Latin to be able to read Latin. So I don't mind so much if it's not, you know, at as high of a level. But I would like to get my Spanish back up. So I've been considering doing some Spanish tutoring, or getting a Spanish tutor or something, at least like once a week to do, so like help me have a reason to speak it. But I haven't decided if that's something I'm gonna do or not. That also costs money, and money is tight sometimes, especially right now. It's just like, it feels like everything is cost prohibitive almost. But I guess that is part of where I do live in rural Montana. We do have like higher grocery bills than most of the country, just because we're pretty rural, and that's just the way it is. And that's where I live, and I accept that and move on with it. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's where that's at. And let's see, what else have I been doing recently? So that was reading, listening, watching. I think I told you guys that I was spending time with my parents, and I realized my parents had never watched Up. So I convinced them to watch Up with me, the Disney movie about Carl and like balloons and wanting to go to Paradise Falls and see like the adventure. It was funny that I realized that my parents had never seen it, and I was like, well, you need to see Up, because I think it is a great movie. And I love Doug. Doug is great. He is the dog. And so I just made them watch it with me, and it was cute. And my mom was even like, that was a cute movie. And I'm like, I know. And my dad's like, do you think we can make our house fly? And I'm like, probably not gonna happen. So it was just pretty funny. And then they saw a Disney movie they hadn't seen before, and a lot of people really like Up, so I enjoy Up. It's about adventure and going to see the world, and I love that because I like to travel a lot. That's part of why I am an independent travel agent, and why I love to travel as much is because it's just fun. You see things, you meet other people, you get exposed to different cultures, and it's things that you wouldn't see or experience in your daily life, and that's what makes it fun. So we watched Up, that was fun. And then I haven't really watched any other movies recently, I don't think. I probably need to find like something to do with like TV series or movie, something different to throw on once in a while so that there's background noise. Like if it gets too quiet, you can start to hear like things at night when I'm working that I don't want to hear, random things like creaking or whatever. I just need to listen for what I need to listen to at night and survive. If that makes no sense, that's just fine. I'm just rambling. You get rambling, Amanda, when we do these kind of videos, and we'll just see how long it goes. Yeah. What else have I got to talk about? Dominic, my kitty cat, his birthday is coming up, He turns 5 at the end of the month, so he is already spoiled because I ordered some different food for him because he was getting kind of, he'd been on like the same dry food for a while, so I ordered him some different wet food varieties to, you know, spice up his day. So he's got some different choices, and I might need to replace the putty in this because it's, or at least, you know, flip it over and shove it in there. So Dominic, his birthday's coming up. I ordered him some different wet foods. He's been trying some different varieties of wet food, and some of them he lets me know that he's not a fan of, and some of them he's like, yes, I like this. He definitely likes fish flavors, but he gets very concerned when there was, the one fish flavor had a little bit, it had like a baby shrimp in it, and he was just like, what is this thing that does not look like a fish that is in my food? It was kind of funny. I kind of giggled at him a little bit because that's what you do when you have a cat. You giggle at them because it makes it fun. Okay. I finished this color, so let's put it back in here. Okay, whoops, wrong cover. There we go. Let's grab the next one as Music Note. So yeah, Dominic's been doing good. I also got him some new, one of his favorite toys is a little stuffed beaver type thing, but it's like not stuffed. The inside is open and you can put catnip and stuff in it. So he has always really loved his beaver, even if there is no catnip in it. But I do not know what he did with his beaver. I believe he got it underneath something. It is probably underneath a dresser or a chair or a bench or something. It's underneath something that is like not reachable at this point. So I ordered him, they didn't have any more of the beavers, so I ordered him the same like brand and everything, but it was a little squirrel. So he's now got a little squirrel as well that he can run around with. He just likes to carry some of his favorite toys around. He will literally bring them around to rooms and follow me around with them because he's like, look it, this is mine. I like it. Right now I believe he's laying on the floor just looking at me, trying to figure out why I am talking to myself, because he doesn't understand any of like what a video camera is. He's like watching me put the tripod up. He was like, what is this thing? But that is what it is. He will figure things out eventually or not. He is a cat. It does not matter. But he'll be 5 years old. I cannot believe I've had him for 5 years. He is like, it feels like it has not like barely been 5 years, but also been a lot longer than 5 years because he's just a cute cat who loves me, and he's always there, and he gets very excited when I come home from work or anytime I go out the door. When I come back, he is like, oh my gosh, you're back. I missed you. I love you. It's wonderful. It makes me feel like he cares. In his own way, he does. Maybe it's just because he wants me to feed him, or he wants cuddles, or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's nice to feel wanted by a kitty cat. So there's that. What else do we got? It's May, so we're getting into summer. I don't really have any big summer plans this year. I'm kind of just going to enjoy being here in Montana, where I live now, and just watch the mountains as they will slowly become less snow covered. They're still very snowy up on top, and hopefully I'll get into Glacier National Park a few times this year, even if it's just to drive around. We'll see. With working nights, it can be very tricky to get to things. Like, it's even tricky for me sometimes to get to the grocery store because I'm sleeping during open hours for things, and it's just, that's the way it is right now. And that's okay. I knew that going into nights, but that's where we're at right now. Let's see. Like, I just have really been enjoying diamond painting. Like I said, this has been kind of like a craft that I don't need to think as much about. When I'm knitting or crocheting, I need to be thinking as I follow a pattern. This kind of craft here, I don't need to think. I know that this is the color, it goes on this spot. I just put them down where they go, and the pattern is taken care of for me by the canvas, and I'm just doing the repetitive motion, one thing at a time, and I don't need to worry about it or think about it or, you know, expend extra brain power on it. It's kind of been a good de-stress for me to have something to just focus on. Like, I pulled out my embroidery stuff a few times this month already, and it just requires so much more thought when I'm doing embroidery, especially because yes, I have a pattern that I'm following. Like, I know where I want the lines to go, but with embroidery especially, like, I'm picking all the colors myself. I'm deciding what stitches to use. There's a lot of decisions that go into it, and like, I just feel like my life has been stressful enough lately that I don't need to go putting decision fatigue to be making extra decisions about a craft project that's supposed to be relaxing. I don't need that turning into something that I'm stressing about. Did I choose the right colors? Did I do this or that or the other thing? And it's just not something that's been fun for me lately. And kind of the same with knitting and crocheting. Like, it's just because I have to pick the pattern and I have to pick the colors and the stitches and like, okay, is it back? Okay. So my battery just died. So if we had a slight change, I had to move things around to get to the battery. I was talking about decision fatigue, and I look up and the battery's dead. So if I cut off in the middle of decision fatigue, I don't know where I was exactly when the battery died. So we're just gonna keep on going. So let's see, what else do I have to talk about? Dominic got up when I got up to change batteries because he was just like, what, are we doing things? So he may end up jumping up to say hi, I do not know. He is his own weird cat self sometimes. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know when the battery died, how that worked, but we're just gonna keep on going and see if I can, you know, splice things together in editing in a way that makes sense. Let's see, what else did we want to talk about today? Oh, gaming a little bit. I've been also trying to get back into like writing and journaling more intentionally. And I found a friend of mine sent me some journaling RPG type games that are creative writing exercises basically. And I've been having a little bit of fun with those. One of them was like 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, and Koriko was the other one that was sent to me. So I've been, you know, just kind of playing slightly with them. Haven't really played a whole lot with either. I did do 1,000-Year-Old Vampire one night at work just to give me something to do that wasn't, like, it was a creative type activity. So you just kind of roll dice and it gives you prompts on what your vampire does and how they survive like their 1,000 years, if they do, and what troubles they get into along the way, because life isn't going to be easy for a poor little vampire. It's just a creative writing exercise, and it was kind of nice to be able to just to write creatively and not have to be about something like important or anything. I have also been trying to journal more consistently, so I've been working on different journal prompts for myself, so that way I am consistently journaling about topics that matter to me and my life and how I'm doing, because life can be hard sometimes, and I think we all need those times to connect with ourselves and see where we're at. Kind of what my journaling prompts do. They asked me to, like, I sometimes write my journals as if they're prayers, and so my journal prompts are things along the lines of like, how have I felt that I was able to pray well today, or that I was able to love well? In what ways do I need to work on virtue to live a more virtuous life? Just things like that are deep questions, but also that I can reflect on about my own day. Kind of, in some ways, they're questions sometimes similar to questions that would be on like the Ignatian Daily Examen, or, you know, that kind of stuff. But that's where I've been at with those. It's been kind of good for me to try to journal a little bit more. I'm like journaling partially in a physical format in a physical journal, and partially on my iPad, writing it down in the GoodNotes app. So I have a PDF journal basically that I write into with my Apple Pencil. So I'm still writing by hand, but it's writing by hand in a digital format so that it's always with me. I don't need to worry about, because my iPad basically travels with me because it has a lot of things that I use in my daily life on it. My schedule is on it, and all of the calendars and all of the things that I typically would need to access. I have a digital planner that I use instead of, I haven't used a physical planner in a while because I've been, when it's digital on my iPad, I can also access it on my phone or my computer. And I know that I'm not forgetting things because forgetfulness has been a thing with some of my health. It feels like as I'm dealing with some of my health conditions, my mental ability to remember things sometimes goes out the window. So I need to write things down to remember things often. Like the little things that have to get done in the day, like the little to-dos where I'm like, yeah, I should do that thing today. Like I need to make sure that I get the laundry done, or I need to make sure I do the dishes. Like I know I'm supposed to do it, but if I don't write it down and look at it, I will sometimes not get to it during the day. And that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just the way my brain has been lately with some of the brain fog that's going on. So I just have been writing a lot of things down, trying to keep things with me so that I can function. I also do have a pocket notebook, one of the field note type notebooks. It's an off-brand though, because I had gotten them on Amazon, so they're not as nice of paper, but they work. But I've been carrying one of the field notes around with me so that I can like jot down quick notes and then put them where I need them to be, so that way they are relevant when they're relevant. Like if I remember things I need to do for tomorrow or for the next day or next week or next month, it needs to get written down, because the way my brain fog has been, I won't remember what I said I would do when I said I would do it unless I write it down. I've usually been pretty good about remembering things, but the last couple weeks has been kind of brain foggy, more so than usual, which is not nice necessarily, but it's also just been part of what I'm dealing with, and you do what we got to do to make things work the way they got to work. So I just keep on plugging away. Part of why I like doing this too is that I don't have to think or remember things. Like the only thing I have to remember is what code is on the bottle that I currently have that I'm working on. In this point it's a percent, and I just have to put it on the percent. It's not a whole lot of mental acuity needed for these. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Hydration is important. I have been trying to make sure I'm as hydrated as I need to be. Most of us don't drink enough water, so make sure you're staying hydrated. I've been struggling with some headaches lately too, like almost migraine type, but not quite to the level of what my migraines normally are, like pre-migraines almost, I don't know. But they've been just a lot lately, so it's been a whole lot of trying to stay hydrated, so that way when I'm hydrated I am less likely to get extensive headaches, and nobody wants extensive headaches in their life. At least I don't. If you do, I'm sorry. I would gladly trade my headache if I could, but we just keep on dealing with what we've got. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you guys all about? Not really a whole lot. I mean, just kind of plugging away at life, making things work. We're halfway through May, so we're coming up on summer. And hopefully that means it'll be getting warmer sooner. Like I'm obviously in a sweater here today. It gets warmish in the sun, but then it gets chilly at night yet here, and it will for like the rest months. I don't really know that it ever really is warm during the night in Montana, here, where I live. It tends to be chilly at night once the sun's down, and that's just the way things are here. So I tend to wear sweaters or long sleeves at least frequently, just to, you know, make sure I'm not getting too cold, because I'm working nights, so I'm up all night, and yeah, that's just the way it is. I don't really know much else. Like, do know that I go slower when I'm talking to you guys on painting these, or like working on this diamond painting section. Like probably gonna get this blue section done, then I'll have to keep working on the reddish section here for the books that the kitty cat's laying on. But yeah, I don't really know much else. There's some deer on the front lawn though. I can see some deer ears up. In town, the deer, like we're on the edge of a town, and so the deer think that if they wander around and look hungry enough, they might find like, I don't know, a bird feeder or some food for them, because they're like, we're too lazy to go like normal deer and eat all the grass. Like, well, they do, but they just, sometimes these deer that are living near the towns and villages up here, they're a little bit entitled. They just kind of find things. It's kind of funny. Some of the deer are cute. So pretty soon there'll be some baby deer coming in, and they're starting to lose all their winter coats, so they're getting the pretty spring color coats. The winter ones are just, you know, they're grayish, not, they need to finish molting out that and get their pretty reddish coats back for the summer. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got for you guys. I mean, welcome to hang out with me, but I'm kind of just rambling at this point, and I don't know if you guys enjoy my rambling or if it's just exists. Yeah, I'd be happy to answer questions if you guys had anything you wanted me to talk about in any of these like crafted chats where I can craft without having to think too much, and I can just chat with you guys. Gives me things to do. I don't really think anything else exciting. Like I said, it's just been what it's been. Life's just lifing away, and I did order some new diamond paintings too, so I'll have some other ones to work on. I was gifted some for my birthday month and stuff, quite a few from Amazon or such that I don't really know. Like, I don't have artists for a lot of those ones, but I did buy some that I know who artists are. I have a really pretty one that's a flower bouquet that I would like to work on eventually, but it's another larger one like this. I tend to enjoy the smaller size ones because they can get them done sooner, and I feel such a sense of accomplishment when I have smaller sizes done. But this one here is a larger one, but I really wanted to do this one because it reminds me of my cat, and I love books, and it's got some cute little, I think it's supposed to be autumn leaves, so it's like got the flowers, like the autumnish flowers and autumn leaves. It's called Fall Sleepy Kitty, so I believe it is fall themed. There was another one that had the same cat on books, I believe, but it had like a cauldron. It was like the Halloween themed one. I just went for the fall one because then I feel like it's not as seasonal. And this one is just super cute, and I love it because who doesn't love the cute little sleeping kitty cat? It's just adorable. It's kind of fun working on this. Like, there's a lot of there's some greens and browns in the kitty cat parts here. Like, there's lots of browns in the tail, some greens up here even, and it's been kind of fun to see the shading come together as you move back, and it just looks like a cute kitty cat. I have enjoyed that. I want to buy some more from this diamond painting company because I've been really enjoying the experience with this, and not having most of the diamonds that I'm putting on here, they've been good. There's only been a few that I've had to pull out into my little trash section that are like, they have like holes in, or they're slightly misformed, or if they were a color that was in the wrong one, I pull them out because I'm not sitting here trying to match if I have, like, because sometimes when they come packaged, they come packaged in like a long strings, so sometimes it's possible to get one of a color that doesn't belong, and so instead of trying to figure out what color it does belong to, I just throw it into my little trash pot here, and it's fine. Most of the times these paintings come with extra ones just in case. There are manufacturing things with some of these. I know that, I think it's Diamond Art Club says that they have like 20% extra drills is what they try to send. I've never actually like counted to see, but they tried, like most diamond painting companies will send extras just because things happen, or like some of them might not have formed properly, and it's just a manufacturing thing. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know beyond that. All I know is I'm liking the way that we're getting this section to fill in and look pretty nice. Yeah, I don't have much else to really talk to you all about unless you have things you'd like me to talk about. I was thinking of getting like some conversation prompt cards or journal prompt cards and just flipping some of them to talk about during these crafty chat type videos or just chatty type videos. If you think that would be interesting, let me know and I can try to find some on the good old Amazon, or just some prompts in general to have something to, you know, discuss instead of trying to be like anything new in my life. Not really, beyond the fact that I have been working away at these things and having fun getting, like, working on getting this one done. I want to finish this one this month. That's my kind of goal there. But we'll see. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys here so that way I can, unless I don't know, I don't know if you want me to keep rambling and talking to you or not, but like I'm gonna finish this section here yet today. So I'm just gonna keep working on it, but I didn't know. I mean, I can turn you guys off because at this point you've listened to me ramble probably long enough. So probably end you guys and then I will finish up this section and then edit up this video real quick and try to get it posted because today is Saturday. So maybe we'll get it posted on Saturday. We'll see. That's where I'm at. So thanks for hanging with me and watching as I work on this, listening to me. If you have anything to add to anything I've said, feel free to. Please do remember to pray for our new Pope, Pope Leo XIV. He definitely needs lots of prayers because being Pope can't be an easy job. I wouldn't want that kind of responsibility. Yeah, this is what I've got for you guys. I will move the camera around to after I end the video. I'll get a overhead shot of it so you guys can see what it looks like so far, and yeah, then I'll edit it up later and get it out and posted, and I hope you guys enjoy. And like I said, I'm trying to do at least a video or a live stream a month, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get another one in this month if time prevails. I mean, it did take me 3 different times to try to film this one because the first 2 times I filmed it, I didn't wake up early enough. Like today I woke up when the sun is still out so that I can film with some sunlight, because the other ones didn't turn out because I didn't have enough lighting and it was just really weird looking. So didn't want to give you guys a weird video. I hope you guys have a good weekend and God bless, and know that I love you. I was just going to do a picture, but I think that doing it as a little video means that you can get a little bit more of how sparkly this is. Like, that's all sparkly because it's reflecting off of a light that I have up here. This is the whole painting so far. Let me turn off the light so you can see, like, it's sparkling off the lights now from the front. Like, it's just such a sparkly, pretty thing. So this section I'm going to finish working on before I edit the video. And yeah, this is the sparkly kitty cat. I think it's adorable. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. And yeah, I will get this uploaded and chat with you guys next time. Know that I love you and I'm praying for you. God bless.